Hey YouTube, it's Craig here with RV Road Ramblers, Craig and Nicole. Nicole's working the camera there, so we decided to bring you yet another RV tip, do-it-yourself video related to an issue that we've been kind of struggling with here lately. And it took me a little bit to kind of figure out what's going on. I did a lot of research online to try to find some information, and there just wasn't a whole lot out there. There is some. I did find some information on the Montana Owners Forum and a couple of other forums that are out there, but there's just not a lot. So I thought it'd be good to go ahead and maybe make a video of the issue. And what it is, we do have the Lippert level up system that is an auto leveling system, which is really nice system, but it controls our slide outs. We have 6 slide outs on our camper, and then we also have a total of 6 jack stands that it operates to level us up and put us in a good position when we're setting up to camp. And we just suddenly started having some issues where, as we're operating the slide outs, either packing up or even we're setting up, that it would operate for a little bit and then it would stall out. And it stops for just a few seconds, and then suddenly everything goes out, all the power goes out, and then it resets, and it'll allow us to move a little bit further. And at first it started out, it would only cut out maybe 1 or 2 times, but it's gotten worse and worse progressively as we've gone along. So with that, we think we found the information that we need to fix and solve the problem, and I'll kind of go through what it is that we're doing here in case you run into the same issue. And I wanted to start out by clarifying that I am by no means any kind of an professional electrician. I keep trying to do all my research and learn what I can where I can, but I am not a qualified electrician. So I'm just giving you this information because it's what I found in the forum, and I want you to know that you'll be trying this at your own risk, but if it works, then hey, bonus for both of us, right? So anyway, with that, let's get started, okay? Let's show you what we got over here. Okay, so in doing our research, we discovered that Lippert, and it's not necessarily Lippert that does the install, but the wiring actually comes from the Keystone factory, but that these 2 items here, and we are in the front bay, the front cabinet of our rig. This is where we store our batteries, and it will look a little different possibly to you. We have the 6-volt batteries because we did install, we have solar on our rig, and so that's what we got. Our MPPT controller, it's our charge controller, it's charging our batteries. We have our 2000 watt inverter over here that's supplying our 120 from the batteries in there. So it may look a little different, however this is straight from the factory. This was already here like this is nothing new. And what I learned is that these are both 50 amp auto reset breakers. And we've got our batteries that everything comes off of this, and so this line here actually you can follow it up, and it runs to, this is the motor that runs all the hydraulic fluid for the slide outs and the jack stands. So we suspect that this amp here, in our research again on the forums, we found that this motor can draw sometimes upwards to 80. I've even seen some people list almost 100 amps at times, which this breaker can handle more than 50 for a short period of time. But then if it exceeds that for long enough, it'll cut out, and then it resets and then goes back in. And the recommendation, and there's actually some documentation straight from Lippert that suggested that putting in an 80 amp circuit breaker in place of the 50 would solve the problem. And so that's what we're going to do today. We actually searched around, we found this. Oh, by the way, I'll put a link for that document from Lippert on the YouTube video for you. We found this through Amazon, and if you look close enough, it's got the part number, but it is an 80 amp. This one's waterproof. This one is a auto reset. I like that feature A lot of people in the forums that were doing this were using manual resets, so it doesn't matter. You can use that if you find that's cheaper. If you want to go that route, that's fine. But anyway, we are going to exchange this for that there, which just means I've got to go through the process of disconnecting everything. I did just disconnect. We have a battery disconnect. We'll go show you that now. Okay, so one of the first things, anytime you're going to deal with electricity, it's a good idea to disconnect and make sure you don't have live wires, you know, that you're working with in that cabinet. You short something out, you're going to either hurt yourself or you could, you know, damage equipment, anything like that. Now, we currently are set up on a beautiful ranch out here in Colorado at the moment. We're not plugged into pole power. We're utilizing our solar power up there, but if you were on the pole, I would say that you would kill the breaker at the pole to begin with and start there. For us, whenever we kill pole power, we automatically switch over. We don't have a kill switch necessarily, but we go automatically to solar power, and so it's a seamless transition, and so we always have power going on. But we do have an emergency battery disconnect. Nicole can get over here and I can show you. It's in this water cabinet. I think every trailer somewhere has a battery disconnect switch. If you can find that, it's a sure bet. You know, and you can see it's in the off position now. You just turn that key in there, and that kills everything in the power. Now, I would go through and make sure, double check and make sure that that's all dead before you get started working, pulling wires or touching things. Just a good safety measure. So. Okay, so now we are ready to install. We've already taken apart the old one.
Moved it.
And that's what it looks like. That's all that is.
So we went ahead and decided to mount it sideways due to the fact of that cable coming down from the hydraulic pump area was going to be too short. So we turned it sideways and we ended up drilling out those holes just a little bit larger to fit those terminals. And now he is reinstalling the new breaker.
Okay, so now's the moment of truth. We get to try out our new equipment and make sure that we did everything properly. And if we did, then we should see the slides go all the way in continuously without stopping and pausing. So that's what we're looking for. So, all right, so looks like our project was successful. So thought we'd show you just the tools that we ended up using to complete this. We did have a couple of hand tools. One had the, I'm not sure what you call that, the square tipped screwdriver, regular Phillips. Did use a little wrench with a 7/16 and a 3/8 socket there. I used this to mount my circuit breakers back in. And then I did have a meter that I used to kind of check some voltages and make sure things were not live anymore. And then again, I will include a link that shows this and possibly the links that show the manual reset, because I do know they are cheaper or less expensive, I should say, breaker options that you can use just fine for this project. So anyway, we hope that you enjoyed this edition, this do-it-yourself video. We certainly have enjoyed our last one that we put up. We've gotten tons of comments back, some feedback from it, and it's just really fun to hear from you guys. So we'd like to hear from you on this one too. If you decide to try this out, let us know how it works out for you, and we'll just keep putting these videos up for you from time to time. If you want, you can check out our website, www.rvroadramblers.com, and we look forward to seeing you guys somewhere down the road. All right, peace out.